Dear friends, this is the lecture number 5 of kinematics. In the previous lecture, we discussed about the graph in motion, that is position time, distance time or displacement time graph. So we are continuing graph. So in this lecture, we will discuss about speed time or velocity time, then acceleration time graph. So let's start first from speed time or velocity time graph. Speed time, or we can say velocity time graph. There is no much difference between these two graphs, only a little difference, just like the difference between distance time and displacement time. What's the difference here? In velocity, in speed time graph, speed is a scalar quantity. It never comes to the negative axis. Means if you are drawing the graph like this, you will take time in this axis and speed in this axis. So speed graph, whatever may be the shape, but it will be in this quadrant. This graph should not come to the negative side. If it is coming to the negative side, then it is wrong. Because this is speed, should not come to the negative side. But if velocity time graph, then no problem. It can come to the negative side. So this is the difference between speed time and velocity time graph, the only difference between them. Next, as usual, I have told you, whenever you will see the graph, first check its slope provides the value of what. Now you can tell me slope provides the value of what, because I have already told you without drawing the graph, you can tell the slope provides the value of what. In this axis time is taken, in this axis speed or velocity is taken. So the slope provides the value of what? Slope means y by x. Y by x, that is velocity by time. So this is nothing but acceleration. This is nothing but acceleration. So in this graph, slope means you will understand acceleration. Slope of velocity time graph provides the value of acceleration. Let's see. Area under the graph provides the value of what? Without drawing the graph. Area under the graph. What I have told? Y into x. So y into x means speed into time, or you can say velocity into time. So that means area under the graph can provide what is speed into time, distance or displacement. These two things are very important here. Not only here, whenever any graph you will get, these two things are very important. One is slope of the graph, one is area under the graph, and you got here slope is acceleration. And whenever I will tell slope, you will think acceleration. And area under the graph is distance or displacement. According to the situation, I will tell you. When distance and when displacement, I will tell you that one. So now, we'll start drawing the graph for a different situation. Now let's start. So first, body is at rest. Body is at rest. Body is at rest means, what about its velocity? Rest means velocity is 0. If velocity 0, how the graph will be? This is velocity axis, this is time axis. How the graph will be? Velocity 0. So 0 means always that velocity 0, it always remains 0. So this line means the time axis itself. The time axis itself is the velocity time graph of the body at rest. Okay, it cannot be this graph. This is wrong. It cannot be this graph. This was possibly in position time, but not here. If we draw this graph, it will be round. Okay, we'll see. This graph is for which type of motion? We'll go to that. Okay, this is not possible. This means the body will have the velocity. So, only the one line. Only the line of the time axis, the only one line. Body is at rest. Now come to body is in uniform motion. If body is in uniform motion means what? You have to understand, you know that velocity is constant. Velocity constant, velocity will not change. If velocity constant, now let's draw the graph. Velocity constant, so this is velocity, this is time, means velocity has only a particular value. Only velocity has particular value, let's this value. So that value remain constant, so graph will be like this. If that value remain constant, then graph will be like this. So this is the graph for constant velocity, that means uniform motion. But only this graph. Are you thinking any other type of graphs which can be possible here, or only this graph? Yes. If you are thinking in other type of graph, then other line, then that's right. What other line it can be? It can be like this. No problem. But what is the difference between this and this? A and B. What is the difference between A and B? A and B. A is in uniform motion, B is in uniform motion, but A has, what you are thinking is right, positive velocity, and B has negative velocity, but constant. That means what about the motion, what one line you can tell about the motion of A and B? Both are moving in opposite direction, because this is positive velocity, this is negative velocity. So A and B both are moving in opposite direction. So this is about uniform motion. So now we'll come to non-uniform motion. Non-uniform motion means it can be positive acceleration or negative acceleration. Non-uniform motion, it can be positive acceleration or negative acceleration. So first come to positive uniform acceleration. So first come to suppose it is positive. If it is positive, acceleration is positive. If acceleration positive, then what happens? Okay, so positive acceleration. How the graph will be? Now acceleration positive and acceleration is equal to constant. If acceleration constant, can I tell slope constant? Slope constant. Slope constant means theta constant, because your slope means acceleration. If theta constant, the graph will be which type of shape? If angle constant, only one value of angle, the graph is obviously straight line. Okay, it's obviously straight line. And after that, another thing also here, acceleration is positive, means slope is positive. If slope positive, see acceleration positive means slope positive. Slope positive means what is the value of theta? Must be less than 90 degrees. These two things you mark. Acceleration constant, so theta constant. Graph is straight line. Acceleration positive means slope positive means theta less than 90 degrees. Theta less than 90 degrees. How the graph will be? This graph? Yes, it's correct. The graph will be like this. Only one line. Can any other line possible here? Yes, other lines also possible. You see, also the graph can be like this. From this point, suppose the graph start, graph can be like this. This is B. Also the graph can be like this. What's the difference between A and B? What's the difference between A and B? Very simple. A, initial velocity is 0. Its origin. But this is not position time graph. Keep in mind. Don't tell that A starts from, yes, it's right. But this is not a displacement time graph. This is velocity time graph. Means this origin indicates which value? It doesn't indicate the value of a position. It indicates value of velocity. So here velocity is 0. Means A starts from rest. The difference between them is A starts from rest, but B initial velocity, some finite value B has. B has some finite value, but A starts from rest and B not starts from rest. Okay, we studied the motion of B from some velocity. Okay, so this is the difference between them. This starts from rest, this not starts from rest. But both are of positive acceleration. Now we'll come to uniform acceleration, but negative. Uniform acceleration, but A is negative, means deceleration. A negative, but uniform acceleration, so A constant, so theta constant, so graph is straight line. The change will be here, A negative, slope negative. So theta must be greater than 90 degree, means obtuse angle it will make. So how the graph will be? See, this is velocity, this is time, obtuse angle. So graph will be like this. Obtuse angle. Okay, where obtuse angle? Here. Theta constant, that's right, and theta greater than 90 degree. Here acceleration is negative. This indicates the body initially it has some velocity, and finally when it comes to here means its velocity 0. Its velocity 0 means this body comes to rest. Deceleration. A truck moving with high velocity apply brake. Its velocity gradually decreases with constant deceleration and comes to rest. This type of graph. So this is about the uniform acceleration graph. Now we come to non-uniform acceleration. If non-uniform acceleration, then how the graph will be? Let's see. Non-uniform acceleration. How the graph will be now? If non-uniform acceleration is not equal to constant. So that means slope is not equal to constant. Means theta not equal to constant. Means the graph is not a straight line. Graph is not a straight line. So anything other than straight line. Any shape other than straight line you draw, that indicates non-uniform acceleration. What you want to draw? Like this? Yes. What you want to draw? Like this? Yes. What you want to draw? Like this? Yes. Any shape you want to draw, you draw the graph that indicates non-uniform acceleration. Any shape other than straight line. So this is about the velocity time graph for non-uniform acceleration. So now we'll see acceleration time graph. Let's see. Now the next is acceleration time graph. Acceleration versus time graph. So as usual here, time is taken along x-axis, acceleration is taken along y-axis. After that, we will always see what its slope indicates. Slope is equal to y by x, means acceleration by time. Is there any quantity called acceleration by time? Do you know any quantity? Okay. So that is not in the +2 level, but you just listen one quantity, we say jerk. Jerk is a quantity where acceleration varies with the time. It can give the value of a jerk, okay, but it can give the value of a jerk, but we will not discuss that one. That is not in our syllabus. So slope, it's not meaningful for us now. Then what is area under the graph? Area under the graph provides the value of what? Area means what? I have told you, y into x means acceleration into time. What is acceleration into time? Velocity. Velocity. Yes, you are correct. But more correct it will be if you write change in velocity. Change in velocity. It provides the value of change in velocity. So area under the oscillation time graph provides the value of change in velocity. So now we'll draw oscillation time graph for different situations. Let's come to first. Body is at rest. Body is at rest means its velocity 0, oscillation must 0. So the graph is time axis itself. Second come to body is in uniform motion. If uniform motion, body is in uniform motion, velocity constant. What about oscillation? Oscillation is equal to, so dv by dt, so is equal to 0. If oscillation 0, then also the graph is the time axis itself for uniform motion. Now come to uniform positive oscillation. Uniform oscillation. It can be positive or it can be negative. Uniform oscillation means what about the oscillation? Oscillation is constant. Oscillation is constant. If oscillation is constant, how the graph will be now? You see, oscillation has only a particular value. So this is the oscillation line. Constant oscillation. But this is positive oscillation. And if negative oscillation and constant, graph will be like this. This is plus A, this is minus A. This is negative oscillation means retardation. This when you start the vehicle, this when you brake, apply brake to stop the vehicle. This is negative oscillation. So this is the oscillation time graph for uniform oscillation. Now we come to non-uniform oscillation. Non-uniform oscillation, what happens here? Non-uniform oscillation means oscillation is not constant. If oscillation is not constant, then what happens here? The graph will be any line leaving these two lines only. Leaving these two lines, graph can be any line. It may be straight line also, no problem. It may be curved, it may be straight line, doesn't matter. But leaving these two lines, you can draw any line on this graph that indicates oscillation is changing. You can draw like this, you can draw like this, you can draw the graph like this, you can draw the graph like this. Okay. Also, you can draw the graph like this. Okay. Every point oscillation is changing means it is non-uniform oscillation. So now I told you what is velocity time graph, and I draw also for different bodies, and what is oscillation time graph. But now we'll do some related questions about this oscillation time graph and velocity time graph. Let's try. The first question, which is very important, always comes in exam. Question is, you have to draw distance time graph, velocity time graph, then this is velocity, I'm writing speed time graph first. Speed time graph, then velocity time graph, then oscillation time graph. All graphs you have to draw. You are now thinking for which body you will draw all graphs. For which body you will draw all graphs? For a freely falling body. For a freely falling body, now you have to draw all the graphs. Then how these graphs will be for a freely falling body? Now let's see. First let's come from distance time graph. For a freely falling body, this side take S, this side take T. For freely falling body, let's first draw. What happens? The body falls from a height and come come to the ground level. Okay, so distance time I told you, but this is freely falling body. Which type of motion? First see, it is uniform acceleration. Freely falling body means uniform acceleration. If uniform acceleration, then positive or negative? If the body speed gradually increases, so we will take the acceleration as positive. That is G. You know, for freely falling body, acceleration is G, which is positive. If positive acceleration, then how is the graph? How will draw the distance time graph? If it is positive acceleration, already I have told you, positive acceleration means graph will be like this. Graph will be like this for positive acceleration. Okay, so initially its distance was 0, but when it comes to the ground, the distance becomes maximum, this much. This is for positive acceleration. Then come to speed time graph. How will be the speed time graph? Let's draw here. Speed time graph. This is speed, this is time. Acceleration constant. So here slope. Here slope is acceleration. So slope constant. In this graph, this is for uniform positive acceleration. You can see the video going back. For uniform positive acceleration, what is the speed time graph? So here acceleration is positive. But what about the initial velocity, initial speed of the body when it is dropped? Freely falling body, when it starts its motion, its initial speed was 0. So from 0, now its speed gradually increases, and theta less than 90 indicates that its acceleration is positive. So this is the speed time graph. If I take velocity time graph, also it will be the same graph, no problem. Velocity time graph also, it will be the same graph. Then acceleration time graph. How will be the acceleration time graph? Acceleration time graph is like this. This is acceleration, this is time. Acceleration time graph. How will be the acceleration time graph? Acceleration is positive and constant. Constant acceleration means it has only one value. This is acceleration time graph for freely falling body. Okay, so this is distance time, this is velocity or speed time, this is acceleration time graph. But in some books you will find the graphs also like this. If we take that, we will start the motion from, suppose this is the height, if this is the position, I will take the position at this side. Suppose this is position. So here it is at a height, and gradually it comes down, means its position decrease and comes to the ground level. Then in some books you will find the graph like this. Some books will find the graph like this also. This is correct, no problem. And here this is velocity time. In some books it is giving in this sign also, in this side. I am drawing in a red line the graphs in this side. It's showing it is coming downward. So there is actually one sign convention. Anything comes downward, it's taken as negative. It's taken as negative. So some books will find like this, taken as negative. Okay. So in some books you find the acceleration as like this. Then also these graphs are correct. No problem. Also these graphs are correct. You can also draw like this. In some books also find like this. This is origin. So when it drops, that point, if that point is origin, when come downward, then it is negative axis. Negative line, the graph also can be like this. No problem. That is also correct. Okay. So what you seems to be easy, that one you remember. But this is for a freely falling body. I draw all the graphs: position time, displacement time, distance time, speed time, velocity time, and acceleration time graph for freely falling body. Then we will do another question. Now again draw all graphs: ST, VT, AT, all graphs you again draw. When a body is dropped from a height, it is dropped from a height, okay, and now strike the ground, After strike the ground, again it is returned back to same height. After strike the ground, again it return back to same height. Though it is practically not possible in our day-to-day life, but in ideal case you think if the collision will be elastic, which will be taught to you after some chapters, then the body can return back to the same height. Suppose the body now moves, strike the ground and come back to the same height, then what happens to the ST-VT-AT graph? Okay, so now let's start. First from beat A, start from ST graph. Means once I will take a distance here. This is distance time graph. How the graph will be if this is distance time graph? When the body falls in downward direction, what about its velocity? What about its speed? Speed increase. Speed increases. So speed increases means acceleration is positive. Speed increases means acceleration is positive. So graph will be like this. What happened? The body now comes to downward direction. The body now comes to downward direction. Acceleration is positive. Now the body, after striking here, the body will go in upward direction. Its speed gradually decrease. So acceleration will be negative. So from there, as distance time graph, it can never decrease. This graph never decrease, but acceleration will be negative. So now this graph from this side will be like this. It will never decrease, remember. It is a distance time graph. Distance increase. Okay, it will never decrease. Then displacement time graph, how it looks like. Displacement time graph. See. This is displacement and this is time. How will be the displacement time graph? So in displacement time graph, so first part is correct. First part is correct. So this is the positive acceleration when the body comes down. When the body comes down, the acceleration is positive. Okay. So first part is correct, no problem. Then when the body strikes the ground and after that it moves in upward direction, so acceleration is now negative. If acceleration negative, what happens? Also as it is displacement, how much it will move, again it will come back, so its final displacement will be 0. Its final displacement will be 0. So after this point, now the body comes down so that its acceleration become negative. So negative acceleration means how the graph will be here. Now how the graph will be like this. The graph will be now like this. You will see if you compare the slope in this point, because I told you that the speed decreases. I told you here that when the body comes this is from this part to this part, the body comes down, but from this part to this part, the body goes up. Okay, so if you compare the slope at this point, if we compare the slope, and at this point if we compare the slope. Okay, so gradually, so here at this point, if we compare, let's compare the slope here. This is theta. Let's compare the slope at this point. What happens? This is theta 1, this is theta 2. So theta 2 is less than theta 1. Theta 2 is less than theta 1, means its velocity or its speed gradually decreases. So the graph will be like this. Let's draw the proper graph here. Let's draw the proper graph here. So it will be like this. Totally, these two will be mirror image of each other. Mirror image of each other. Okay. So this is about displacement time graph. So next we will see. Next we will see it's a speed time and velocity time graph. Now see this one. I'm erasing now. Let's come to speed time and velocity time graph. Speed time and velocity time graph. Let's see how the graph will be. Vt. First is acceleration positive. If acceleration positive and the body, how the body moves, the body is dropped means initial velocity is 0, initial speed is 0. Let's take this one as speed. Initial speed is 0 and acceleration is positive, so graph is like this. Now the body comes downward. We'll go to the second part. I am taking this one first part, I am doing this one second part. Now we'll go to second part. Second part, body moves upward, so acceleration is negative. Negative acceleration, and gradually the body when strike and again come upward, its speed decreases and comes to 0. So graph will be like this. And these two will be just mirror image of each other. This part and this part. This is for first part, this is for second part. Okay, speed increase, then speed decrease. Speed increase when comes downward, speed increase when come upward, speed decrease and again becomes 0. But if I draw velocity time graph, this is very important, try to understand. If I draw velocity time graph, what happens here? First part is correct. First part is correct. Acceleration positive, it's okay. But second part, acceleration is negative. And velocity magnitude also decreases. Now how the graph in the second part? This is very important, try to understand properly. What happens when the body strike here and again return back? Mark this point. So with what speed it strike, with that speed it return back. Otherwise it cannot go to the same height. With what speed it strike the ground, with that speed it return back. The speed is same, but what is different between these two arrows? Can you mark? What is different? Direction is different. Both same speed. Its end is its starting point. Where is the end of this graph? That is the starting point of this graph. So its end is its starting point. But direction is different. If direction opposite means whatever the velocity, if this velocity you are taking positive, then this velocity you have to take negative. So this side graph, second part graph will start exactly from the negative value of this. Again I am telling, remember this is very important to understand. It end with this much velocity. It start also with the same speed it start, but in opposite direction. Opposite direction means suddenly the graph from this point moves to negative. This is positive velocity, this is negative velocity, but same value. This length will be same as this length. This length will be same as this length. And from that line, now velocity decreases. Now velocity decreases from that line. Mark this point here. Now velocity decreases from that line and becomes 0. So this is very important. Okay, so this one is very important, velocity time graph. Why the graph jumps from this to this? Because its velocity suddenly changes at that point, direction suddenly changes, so the graph will jump from the positive v to the negative v, and then it comes to 0. Let's draw acceleration time graph. Without any delay, we'll draw the acceleration time graph. Now the acceleration time graph is very easy because uniform acceleration, freely falling body, uniform acceleration. So first acceleration, if you take positive, so up to some time, you take this time as t1, take this time as t1. Okay, so up to this time it is t1, it is positive acceleration, and after that acceleration becomes negative. If you take this acceleration positive, you have to take this negative. Okay, so this acceleration negative up to last time t. So these are the speed, velocity and acceleration time graph for a body which is dropped from a height and return back to same height. Return back to same height. But now we'll draw. Now we'll do another question. Just its next question. What is that? A body is dropped from a height and it bounces many times. It bounces many times. Then its motion dies. It comes to rest. A body is dropped from a height. It bounces many times with a decreasing height. In each collision, its height now decreases. And after some time, its motion dies, it comes to rest. How the graph will be? How the graph will be? We will draw speed time, we will draw velocity time, and we will draw acceleration time graph for this. Now see. So this is very important. We will draw in one line so that you can able to compare it. You can able to compare it. Now let's see first speed time graph. So first part, let's say acceleration comes downward. Okay, I'm showing also here. Start from this position, the body comes the ground. This is the ground. Start from this position, comes here. This is first part. First part, I'm showing part by part. Okay, so its velocity, its acceleration is positive, speed increases. Then simultaneously also I am drawing velocity time graph. This is speed, this is velocity, and this is acceleration. This is for acceleration. Okay, so this is line, this line I'm taking a little down. This is for acceleration time graph. This is time, this is time, so this is time. So first velocity, acceleration positive. The same graph also will be here. Okay, same graph also will be here. Acceleration positive, same graph it is. Okay, and here acceleration constant as freely falling object. Acceleration constant up to this time. I am showing the time here. This line. Okay, so here acceleration is constant. First acceleration, first part is complete. Now the body strike here and now goes off, but not up to that height. Its height now decreases. Height now decreases. Why its height decreases? With how much velocity it touches the ground, when it return, its velocity decreases. If this is v1 and this is v2, so v2 less than v1. Due to collision here, its velocity decreases, it will lose energy, its velocity decreases, so it cannot reach to the same height. But in the previous question, we had done the ideal case. We had done the ideal case that the body reaches to the same height, which is not practically possible. But I am doing now the practical question here. Okay, not ideal, this is the real situation. When the body comes, it will lose some energy, so it cannot rise because its velocity decreases. Means the speed decreases. If speed decreases, what is the time gap between v1 and v2? Touch v1, reach v2. What is the time gap? Not much difference in time. This happens within a small instant. So suddenly within the same time, same line, if you see here what happened, its velocity comes down, speed comes down. Suddenly speed decreases. So the graph will not start from here. The graph will start from this line. Okay. So decreases and it becomes, then it decreases and then becomes 0. Decreases and then becomes 0. So the graph will come like this. This one, this is not graph. This is not graph. This, so I am showing by dotted sign. And here what happens? Here the situation what happens? You see, this is the positive velocity, but suddenly the velocity as going up, it becomes negative, but it not of the same this length. This length is not same as this length. This length will be less because when it is strike and return back, the negative value will be less now because v2 less than v1. So, but again it decreases and becomes 0. Decreases and becomes 0. This line, only one line. But what about acceleration? Acceleration doesn't matter. When you go, acceleration is negative. So acceleration is negative and the acceleration value is constant. It's 9.8. Here also it's 9.8. But the time interval will be less now. The time interval will be less because it relates to less height. So the time interval will be less here. This gap and this gap. If this is T1 and this is T2, so T1 will be greater than T2. Mark every point so that you can able to understand the concept, how I am drawing the graph. Next, now from the top, there is no problem with how much it come to the top with 0 velocity. Here velocity 0, final. Here velocity 0. From the 0 velocity again start from there. Okay. So now the body is returning downward. The body reaches to up. Then from that position again comes down. So these two are same. These two lines will be same. Now the body comes down. Okay. Comes down with increasing velocity and reach here at how much velocity? That's right. At V2 it will reach here. With what velocity it goes up, and when they return back, with that velocity also it strike the ground. So these two will be just a mirror image. So here again velocity, the similar graph I will draw. Again velocity, speed increase and go to that at this height. This height will be same. Here also increase, and how much is the negative here? That much positive will be here to this side. To this side, that much positive will be here. Because this is V2, this is V2. With how much speed it leaves the ground, with that much speed it comes and strike the ground. Okay, so now this point, and here also time interval, this time interval T2 will be same as this T2. Time interval will be same. Okay. After that, what happens now? You see. Now what happens? When it strikes here, it loses energy. Now at V2, it loses energy. So in which parts it lose energy? I am showing to you here. It loses energy. Here at this point, now it loses energy. So when it loses energy at this point, when it goes off, cannot go to that height. This is V3. Where V3 less than V2. Where V3 less than V2. Now speed decreases. So again speed decreases. Again it comes to negative, but not that much value. This much value. Okay, decreases speed. Again speed decreases. Okay. So here also, here oscillation. Now it is going up. So oscillation will be negative. So negative oscillation. But less time. This time is T3, which is less time. Again less time this is. This is less time. Okay. So now this graph you can able to repeat. This graph also it will rise to this much height. Okay. So this graph also becomes same and positive. T3 also, this is T3. Clear? So this will go to that much positive. Okay. See. Now again what happened? Again what happened? The same graph now will repeat. You can able to get one figure. Now you see the same graph again. It decreases, comes down. Again it decreases, comes, go. So now that same graph you just repeat. Here it will be same negative and then goes like this. Okay, but this one will decrease. This one will decrease now. Again, same negative, again goes decrease. Here also you can proceed this one there. But after some time, its velocity becomes 0. So this graph will be diminished after some time. This is a very important graph. Try to understand properly. See this portion of the video time and again. You see this portion of the video and try to understand. If you can't able to understand, then you also bring one ping pong bulb and you now drop the bulb and imagine each situation what happens. You have to use a lot of brain to understand this question, to understand this graph. Now we'll do next question. Next question is like this. So we saw the situation of a drop. Now we'll throw something in the upward direction. I'll throw a body in the upward direction. I'll throw something. Okay, when you throw something in upward direction, so now let's draw it's a different type of graphs. When you throw something in upward direction. Okay, so now let's see. In upward direction, the object is thrown upward direction, thrown upward and return back to the thrower's hand. Let's first draw. It's a speed time graph. Speed time graph. How is the speed time graph? This is time, this is speed. If thrown upward, then what happens here? What about its acceleration? Speed gradually decreases. But what is the starting speed when it is thrown? When something you throw, what is the starting speed? Is it 0? No. You remember when you throw something, you have to consider that speed which is just after leaving your hand. After leaving my hand, what speed it has, that is the initial speed of the body, which is maximum, not 0. So initial speed of the body is maximum. Otherwise, how it go upward if its speed is initially 0? You think about it. So maximum, and gradually speed decreases when it go up. Speed decreases and becomes 0. Speed, when you throw something, somebody suppose throw here. I am making a hand of a person. Throw something. When throw, it go up, and here the final speed becomes 0. Final speed becomes 0, and here V is maximum. Okay, and it becomes 0. After becoming 0, then it return back again to the thrower's hand. Again it come to the thrower's hand. When it come to the thrower's hand, with how much speed it go up, with that much speed it comes down. With that much speed also it touch the thrower's hand. With how much speed it go up, the starting speed will match with the final speed. It will return to the thrower's hand. Now this one. Okay, so this is the first part. I draw the graph of first part. Now when I go to the second part, its speed is 0. This is 0 here. Now that speed increases. See, that speed now increases. And go to the same value. This will be in the same level. Go to the same value. This is the speed time graph. Maximum speed. Gradually go up, becomes 0 there. Then return back, speed increases. And return to third hand. Let's draw in the same graph also the velocity time graph. Velocity. What is the velocity time graph? Velocity time graph, first part is correct. From maximum, it comes like this. First part is correct, no problem. But second part, you see. First part velocity, second part velocity. What is the difference between them? What is the difference between them? When it move with some velocity, also when it start with some speed, also it come back with that much speed. But what is the difference between them? Difference is in direction. When it go up, if it's positive, when it comes down, you have to take negative. So its velocity will have same value but in negative. Now the velocity decrease in positive becomes 0 and now increase in negative. Because these directions are opposite, so it increase in negative axis, this is the negative axis, so velocity, this graph will continue like this. And with how much value is here, that much value also it will touch this side. That much value also it will touch this side, so it will be negative, that much negative it will be. So graph and here. And these two area will be equal. These two area will be equal. Okay? So this is about the velocity time graph. If I tell you to draw acceleration time graph, that's very easy, you already know. Going off, if you are taking negative acceleration, it's a negative acceleration but constant, and this acceleration becomes positive when it comes down. This is about acceleration and time graph. Okay? So this is about when a body is thrown upward and returns to the thrower's hand. So this is the question. Now I will go to the next question. Now see what will be the next question. Next question is like this. we'll find this question is related about area. This is speed time graph or velocity time graph, you can say, no problem. So the graph is like this. The graph is like this. Okay, this is the graph. This is the line, the graph is like this, comes to here. 2 seconds, 4 seconds, 6 seconds. This is 2 meter per second. This is minus 2 meter per second. This graph of anybody, I am not bothered about that. Any type of description this graph has, I am not bothered about that. But my question is, find distance and displacement covered by the body. Find distance and displacement covered by the body from this speed or time or velocity time graph. How will do? Find distance, displacement. How will get from velocity time graph? Area under the graph. Area under the graph. So now let's calculate distance first. Distance, area under the graph. So this area A1 plus A2 plus A3. 3 areas now under the graph. So while calculating distance, you have to do A1 plus A2 plus A3. This one never do minus because distance never decrease, distance always increase. Okay, so you never do minus this one. So you have to add. So simply you multiply. So this is 2, this is 2, this is 2. 2 into 2 plus 2 into 2 plus 2 into 2. This is also gap is 2 and this height is also 2 here. So the answer is coming 4, 12. 12 meters. If this is in meter, this is second. Then what is the displacement? But while calculating displacement A1, A2 is minus because this is minus V you will take. Minus 2, so this will be minus, and A3 is plus. While calculating displacement, anything in the negative axis, while calculating the area, you have to subtract that one. Remember, this is the trick to find distance and displacement. So A1, this is 2 into 2, this is minus 2 into 2, this is plus 2 into 2. So the answer is coming now. One part is cancelled, so it's coming only 4. 4 meter is the displacement and 12 meter is the distance. Whenever any distance displacement graph will come, you have to draw like this. Now we come to the next question. Next question is slope related question. Slope related. What is the slope related question now? Let's see. Slope related question. So this is suppose velocity time graph. The graph is like this. See, the graph is like this. What you mark here? The 0 point. This is T1 time. This is T2 time. This is T3 time. Body travel total for T3 time. And the graph, velocity time graph is like this. The question will be asked to draw acceleration time graph. From graph to graph question. Acceleration time graph you draw. The question will be asked like this. How will draw the acceleration time graph? Now you see. How will draw the acceleration time graph? Okay. So here acceleration time graph. This now see the nature of motion here. This is velocity time graph and it's a straight line. So this is which type of motion? We will draw acceleration. Acceleration is slope of this graph. Acceleration is slope of this graph. So this is straight line. Its slope is constant. Slope is constant. So this is uniform. This part is uniform acceleration. And it is positive acceleration. Theta less than 90. So it is positive acceleration. So acceleration is constant up to T1. This part velocity is constant. In this region T1 to T2 velocity constant. Velocity constant means what is the acceleration? 0. No acceleration. Time axis itself up to T2. This part velocity decreases. Velocity decrease means deceleration. Negative acceleration. This is also uniform acceleration, but this is negative acceleration. Negative acceleration means graph will be like this up to t3. Graph to graph question. Graph to graph question you have to see and you have to draw like that. Graph to graph question this is called. Okay, so this is about the graph to graph question. So today we discussed about velocity time and acceleration time graph and also related many questions. Thank you.